Mae West, from Olivia Newton-John.
Okay.
I mean, the list just goes on.
I did my little video the other day, and I obviously forgot a bunch of stuff. This is Doris Ramen, The Way We Wore. She's talking about Marilyn Monroe, Mae West, Olivia Newton-John.
But I'll tell you what caught my eye and why we're here.
She doesn't care about celebrity, but
they actually have several costumes from one of Erté's last productions. So we're going to go inside and check it out.
I hope you can see this.
My fascination with Erté started when I was in my early 20s. And
just look how gorgeous.
Over the years, I actually acquired a couple of Erté serigraphs and was lucky enough to actually meet him.
Look how gorgeous that was.
1982 for his, or 83 for his 90th birthday. These pieces were created for an actual stage production, and the condition is incredible. So I'm wondering.
Look at that headpiece.
Actually ran,
oh my God, Lord, the pearls!
Any damage in them whatsoever. What caught my eye was
look
this
at that
piece with the stars.
Look at
and
that.
That's actually the piece that I want to hopefully acquire, but we'll see how.
God Almighty, help me out, Jesus Christ, Lord, heavens above.
Of the beads, they weren't able to put all of the Erté pieces out on mannequins, and I specifically asked if they would be willing to bring out another piece that caught my eye, which is here in this acid-free box.
Alright, you gotta check her out, please, please, please. If you watch me, if you like drag or gay, queer stuff, fashion, look up Erté. She talks about Tony Chase and everything.
I mean, you can only imagine.
This reminds me of.
The cut on this is gorgeous.
I love Doris Ramen. I love The Way We Wore. She educated me so much. I've always loved fashion and things of that nature, as do a lot of gay people. And if you're into drag queen or costuming or design, blah, blah, blah. And if you like the vintage and the retro aesthetic, in my last video, I could not think of the words to describe when I talked about Hexjim and his drag aesthetic, and I talked about Batman, the animated series, drawn by Bruce Timm. He was trying to do, like, the era of the 30s and the 40s, the gangster and the mobster people. Because that was a retro, vintage kind of thing. That's why you would see, like, the page boy hairstyles or the flapper or whatever. So, a lot of gay boys, obviously, they're obsessed with Marilyn Monroe. Doris Ramen, she went to Julia's auction whenever Marilyn Monroe's outfit of Happy Birthday, Mr. President had sold. And so many of us gay people know. This is Rihanna at the fashion award that was presented by Anna Wintour. And Rihanna's outfit here, it is sheer and it's see-through, but it's all crystals and diamonds and rhinestones and like Swarovski or whatever. And it's gorgeous. It's one of the most beautiful, gorgeous garments ever to be worn ever by a celebrity. And it is as iconic and legendary as the Marilyn Monroe outfit was. And that particular, the Marilyn Monroe outfit, it sold again like for millions and billions of dollars. I'm not going to show that whole thing because, you know, I'll get like copyright restrictions or blah, 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 blah. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Yeah, there's something about vintage, retro, why we love the Dita Von Teese, the glamour of old Hollywood. There was such a time that was so different. That Marilyn Monroe dress sold for almost $5 million. It had sold for $4.8 million. That was mid-November of 2016. Was this Juliet auction? Yeah. That is the most expensive garment I think that like one single dress had ever sold for. you could see. I mean, you could look it up on your own if you want. I couldn't sleep last night. I was up till like 4 in the morning, and I was editing that stupid video that I posted where I was talking about arts and crafts and things. And sometimes I get overly excited or hyper. In that video, I had Mountain Dew. But my train of thought, I get distracted and confused, and all the time the thing I want to talk about or speak about, I end up forgetting like the bullet points of topics that I meant to hit or talk upon. And so yeah, the Marilyn Monroe, when she was singing to John F. Kennedy for his birthday, and she did like the happy birthday everybody, because she was late, and they had their fur stole, like just like Rihanna had. Like that was probably like a mink or a sable, like a dead animal, like a really luxurious, soft one. I was told beaver fur is supposed to be really, really nice because it's actually like waterproof, kind of, sort of. Anyhow, that's neither here nor there. I'm not condoning animal slaughter. Mostly, all of my like drag, just so y'all know, my stuff is fake. You seen I had the Forever 21. I have 2 fur coats that are faux. They're humongous. This right here, this little garment with this like circle skirt on the bottom, this is a fake fur. This is a scarf that I had got from my job. It's an infinity scarf. So you could put it around you. You would like twist it or double it, you know. It does the job though. I mean, it is very soft. I have so many blankets like this. But yeah, guys, I'm getting off this video. I don't want to be on here for long. I just was doing this because the one I had done yesterday, didn't happen yet. By the way, I have 2 job interviews coming up, 2. So I'm very excited for that. I'm not very nervous. And I'm getting my car worked on soon, my muffler. And just please say prayers for me. Pray for me, pray for me. One interview is at a nearby hospital, and one is at a dialysis clinic kind of toward Pittsburgh. I don't want to speak too much detail onto it. I don't want to jinx it. I seen 11:11 last night on the clock when I just randomly looked. Make a wish. Pray for me, guys, and I will talk at you later. Love you all. Leave comments if you want. I don't never know who's out there because on my side of YouTube, it's pretty desolate and oblivious, and yeah, I don't have any interaction, so bye. Oh, wait, last thing. Hexton with talking about Batman that Bruce Timm did in the 90s, the cartoon, that's later on spun off into the Justice League and all that stuff. They said it was the mob gangster era, because I researched it, of the 30s and 40s, and it was based off of Tim Burton. Tim Burton has a very specific point of view. I love Tim Burton everything. I did a report on him in college. Juno Birch loves Tim Burton. She talks about he is kitsch. They call it kitsch. Like if you heard about camp, when the Met Gala a couple years ago was camp. Camp is like above and beyond. And well, there's camp versus kitsch. Look up the difference between them two because it's kind of interesting. But Tim Burton has a kitsch point of view and his sense of humor and his style and stuff, with like aliens and like dark gothic stuff and creepy eerie with the Batman. Tim Burton was like involved in the films for the old Batman movies of the early like 90s and whatever. And he even used to work for Disney once upon a time. But I love Tim Burton aesthetic. Edward Scissorhand, Nightmare Before Christmas, Sweeney Todd, all the things. All the stuff he does, with Johnny Depp or whatever. Love Sleepy Hollow. Oh my God, such a good one. And like, even how Addams Family, kind of, sort of. But anyhow, Tim Burton, the cartoon of Batman from the 90s when we were children, how it was gangster and mob, retro, vintage, all that kind of vibes. It even reminds me of The Mask, like Jim Carrey, like that era. That film was kind of there in that time frame, like kind of like Great Gatsby even. But Bruce Timm, who did the cartoon, they were inspired by Tim Burton's input and version, how he had influenced the Batman films of the time. And they wanted it to be what Tim Burton called dark deco. That was the word that they used for that gangster mob, old school. Because if you even look at like the old cartoon, how I was telling you about Poison Ivy, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, all of them. Harley Quinn is like a super popular fan favorite nowadays. She was not even meant to be a returning character. She was just meant to be like Joker's girlfriend here and there. And she blew up so big with popularity. But even like how Poison Ivy had an evolution, and Poison Ivy, her skin is like green now, and she's more plant, chlorophyll, chloroplast, and photosynthesis, and she's kind of more like a mutant. When Poison Ivy was first around, she was like Jessica Rabbit. She was pink and fleshy skin, and she had like a kiss, not the kiss of death, but it was like a kiss that hypnotized men, and you know, they were under her trance and her spell and the pheromones. And it kind of reminded me a lot of Mortal Kombat had a similar thing with Katana and Melina and Jade, like the femme fatales. Something about a vixen or a femme fatale, they had that kiss of death fatality, that was like always like the coolest thing. Imagine that you can control someone with the power of your kiss. So Poison Ivy was very much like that, but how I'm saying to you, she evolved, because she wasn't always a plant creature. She was not so much of an animal, she was more like a human at the beginning. So yeah, you have to check it out. I have all them old Batman things from Best Buy. I bought like all the box catalogs. Even Catwoman, she had a really crazy costume change, evolution. Batgirl, they all changed. You could see how the eras go and the decades and the decades. It's really crazy cool. And I love Mark Hamill as Joker. His voice is everything to me, and I loved Heath Ledger as Joker too. Bye.